If you're a woman over 40 who has been told your time is running out, that your eggs are old, that you've missed your window for motherhood, I need you to listen very carefully to what I'm about to share with you. Because everything that you have been told about age and fertility is about to be turned upside down. What if I told you that your spirit baby, the soul of your unborn child, has been waiting their entire existence for you to reach exactly this age, this wisdom, this perfect ripeness? What if the very thing the world calls your limitation is actually your greatest gift to the soul choosing you as their mother? What if your age is not what's keeping your baby away, but what's drawing them closer? But here's what I've discovered in working with thousands of women on their fertility journey. It's not just about age or biology. It's about understanding your unique energetic approach to fertility and learning how to align with your deepest power. That's why I created the Fertility Power Quiz to help you discover which of the 6 fertility archetypes you are and how to use that knowledge to call in your spirit baby. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you 6 profound truths that will completely shift how you see yourself, your fertility, and your divine timing. These aren't just concepts or ideas, they are activations. As you listen, something will begin to change within you on levels you may not even be aware of. Your spirit baby is out there right now, and they're not looking at your age or your medical charts or your hormone levels. They're feeling your energy. They're sensing your readiness, and what they see might surprise you. Take a moment now to settle into the space with me. Feel your body relaxing into wherever you are. Allow your breath to slow and deepen. As you listen to these words, know that something is shifting within you on levels you may not even be aware of. This is not just information. This is activation. This is remembering. This is coming home. What if I told you that your spirit baby is drawn to you in ways that transcend age, biology, and all the fearful stories the world tells about fertility after 40? Not by your youth, not by your perfect timing, but by something ancient, something unseen, something that calls to their soul at a level far beyond the physical. Feel that truth settling into your cells now. This isn't just about conception. This is soul recognition, a silent pull, a sacred magnetism, a connection written in the stars long before either of you knew love in this lifetime, and definitely before you know each other. And yet, as a woman over 40, you often wonder, am I too old? Have I missed my chance? Can they even find me through all this noise of statistics and fear? Breathe those fears out now. Let them dissolve as you exhale. Here's the truth that your soul already knows. Your spirit baby feels everything. Your readiness, your wisdom, your deep capacity for love. They are not deterred by your age. They are attracted to your ripeness, your depth, your divine timing. As I share these 6 sacred qualities with you, allow each one to awaken something that has always been within you. Let these words be like gentle hands, removing the layers of doubt that have covered your natural radiance. Feel yourself remembering who you truly are. The first quality is your energetic stillness. There is a power that doesn't shout, it whispers. And yet it's the kind that echoes in a spirit baby's consciousness forever. Your energetic stillness. Feel the stillness now as you listen. Notice how your nervous system begins to calm just by placing your attention on the word stillness. This is the power you carry within you. It's not something seen, it's something felt. It's a vibration, a gentle presence, a subtle calm that moves like a soft wave, even in the midst of fertility anxiety and societal pressure. When you're aligned with your truth, you don't need to prove your worthiness through frantic trying or desperate measures. You simply are, and that being becomes magnetic. Energetic stillness is not about being physically motionless or emotionally flat. It's about cultivating an inner sanctuary of peace that remains steady regardless of external circumstances. As I describe this, feel it awakening within you now. It's what happens when you wake up and take 3 deep breaths before checking your phone. When someone asks about your fertility journey, you pause before responding rather than immediately defending or explaining. You can sit in silence without feeling the need to fill it with worry or planning. Your voice naturally becomes softer and more measured when discussing conception. You notice your shoulders dropping and your jaw unclenching throughout the day. Feel that happening now as you listen. Your approach to doctor appointments shifts from desperation to curiosity. You can receive disappointing news without your entire world crashing down. You speak about your future baby with quiet confidence rather than frantic hope. You make space for sadness without letting it consume your entire being. And you trust your body's wisdom, even when others question it. This creates an energy field where people often comment that they feel peaceful around you. Animals and small children are naturally drawn to you. You become a person others seek out when they need comfort. Your presence can actually calm others' anxiety without you saying a word. You carry a sense of groundedness that feels like bedrock. Think about a time when you've observed a child having a meltdown in public. Notice the difference between the frantic parent whose voice gets higher and more urgent, whose body language becomes jerky and tense, whose energy feels scattered and desperate as they say things like, "Stop it, you're embarrassing me." The child's crying often escalates, becomes more hysterical. Other children nearby might start getting agitated too. Compare this to the calm parent who speaks in a low, steady voice, moves with deliberate, gentle motions, kneels down to the child's level and says something like, "I see you're upset. Let's breathe together." The child often begins to mirror the parent's calm. Other children nearby actually move closer, sensing safety. The calm parent doesn't ignore the child's distress. They hold space for it without being consumed by it. Their nervous system stays regulated, which gives the child's nervous system permission to regulate too. Your spirit baby, existing in pure consciousness, is incredibly sensitive to energy. They can sense desperation energy that feels heavy and grasping, the energy that says, "I need you to complete me." But they're drawn to stillness energy that feels spacious and welcoming, the energy that says, "I'm ready to love you when you're ready to come." When you cultivate energetic stillness, you're essentially creating a cosmic, calm parent energy that signals to your spirit baby, "This is a safe space to land. This woman can hold me, my joy, my challenges, my full humanity without being overwhelmed." Just as children run to the calmest adult in a room during a crisis, souls are drawn to the most peaceful, grounded energy fields when choosing where to incarnate. Your stillness tells your spirit baby, "You're safe here. This is your sanctuary. When you're ready, I'm ready." In your presence, they sense not desperation, but preparation, not fear, but faith, not rushing, but reverence for the sacred process of creation. This kind of energetic safety is what calls souls into physical form. It's what makes you irresistible to the spirit who has been waiting for exactly this moment, exactly this woman, exactly this love. And as you feel the stillness settling deeper into your being now, something beautiful begins to shift within you. You start to remember something you may have forgotten along this journey. You start to remember your own worth, your own power, your own magnificent readiness. Which brings us to the second quality that draws your spirit baby to you like a beacon in the night. Your magnetic self-belief. They say the most powerful energy in the universe is a woman who remembers who she is. When you finally stop seeking validation from doctors' statistics, societal timelines, or others' success stories, something magical happens. You become magnetic, not in the desperate clock-watching way that the world teaches, but in the quiet, confident, soul-deep way that makes your spirit baby stop and say, yes, this is my mother. Your energy no longer whispers, please choose me, to the universe. It radiates, I choose myself, and I choose motherhood in divine timing. This shift is felt across all dimensions. You no longer operate from lack or fear of missing out. You operate from wholeness, from knowing that you are already complete, already worthy, already chosen. This self-belief isn't about pretending everything is perfect or denying the very real challenges of fertility after 40. It's something much deeper. It's what happens when you stop scrolling through fertility forums, comparing yourself to other women's stories. When you stop apologizing for your age to doctors or family members. When you walk into medical appointments not as a desperate patient begging for hope, but as a powerful woman seeking information and support. This self-belief shows up in the way you speak about your future baby. Instead of saying, if I ever get pregnant, with that tone of doubt, you find yourself saying, when my baby comes, with quiet certainty. You stop explaining or defending your choice to try for a baby at this stage of life. You simply know in your bones that you are meant to be a mother, and timing is not your enemy, it's your ally. You begin to see your body not as broken or failing, but as wise and seasoned. You see your years not as limitations, but as preparation. You understand that every relationship, every heartbreak, every triumph, every lesson has been perfectly designed to prepare you for this important role. You're not behind schedule. You're right on time. When other people share their fears about your age, you feel their words bounce off your energy field rather than penetrating your heart. When you see pregnancy announcements from younger women, you feel genuine joy for them without that stab of, why not me? Because you know your story is different, your timeline is different, and your baby is waiting for exactly this version of you. To your spirit baby, this is magnetic beyond words. They are drawn not because you're desperately reaching for them, but because you're finally standing in your power as a divine creator. You're no longer the version of yourself defined by age or medical limitations. You are truth. You are essence. You are the perfect vessel for their arrival. And here's the beautiful paradox. The moment you no longer need conception to validate your worth as a woman, your spirit baby feels your worth more than ever. Because souls don't respond to desperation. They respond to readiness. And your self-belief signals that you're ready to receive the miracle that is them. But how does your spirit baby sense this readiness? How do they know you're the one? It's through something that develops naturally as you step into your power, something that allows you to see and feel beyond the surface of things, something that whispers the truth when the world speaks in lies. And that's your third quality, your deep emotional wisdom. Some women speak with words. You speak with the wisdom earned through years of living, loving, and learning. Your emotional intelligence flows like a river, deep, powerful, sensing what others overlook. By 40 and beyond, you have weathered storms, celebrated victories, and learned to hold space for the full spectrum of human experience. This emotional maturity is exactly what draws your spirit baby to you. They don't want a perfect mother. They want a real one. They want someone who can hold their tears and their laughter, their tantrums, and their triumphs. This wisdom shows up in ways you might not even notice. When a friend calls you crying, you don't immediately try to fix their problem or offer advice. You simply listen. holding space for their pain without trying to make it go away. When you see a child having a meltdown in a store, instead of judging the parent, you feel compassion for both the overwhelmed child and the exhausted adult. You understand that big emotions need to be felt, not suppressed. You have learned the difference between reacting and responding. When someone triggers you, you feel the initial surge of emotion, but you have developed the capacity to pause, breathe, and choose how you want to engage. You know that feelings are visitors, not permanent residents. You can be angry without becoming anger. You can feel sadness without drowning in it. You can experience fear without being paralyzed by it. This emotional intelligence extends to your relationship with your own fertility journey. You have learned to hold space for the complexity of wanting a baby while also grieving the struggles along the way. You can feel disappointment when a cycle does not result in conception without letting that disappointment define your entire worth. You understand that healing is not linear, that some days will be harder than others, and that's perfectly human. You have developed what psychologists call emotional regulation, but what you might simply call wisdom. You know how to comfort yourself when you're scared. You know how to celebrate small victories, even when the big goal has not been achieved yet. You know how to be gentle with yourself on the hard days and how to gather strength for the journey ahead. Your spirit baby senses your capacity to love unconditionally, not because you're naive, but because you have learned that love is the only thing that matters. You have released the need to control every outcome because you trust in something greater than fear. You understand that parenting is not about perfection, it's about presence. You know that love is not about having all the answers, it's about being willing to learn together. When your spirit baby considers their options for incarnation, they're not looking for a mother who will never feel overwhelmed or confused or uncertain. They're looking for a mother who can feel all of those things and still choose love. They want someone who understands that strength is not about never falling down. It's about how gracefully you get back up. Your depth, your compassion, your resilience, your hard-won wisdom. This is what calls them across the veil. They see not your limitations, but your capacity, not your age, but your readiness. And with this emotional wisdom comes something that might surprise you, something that goes against everything our rushed, controlling world tells us we should do, something that your spirit baby recognizes as the ultimate act of love. And this is the fourth quality, your sacred trust in divine timing. You don't chase conception, you align with it. While the world teaches control, planning, and pushing against natural rhythms, you choose to trust. And that trust is what makes you irresistible to your spirit baby. You live by an inner knowing that whispers, everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You don't beg the universe for a baby, force the process, or panic when cycles don't align with your plans. Instead, you surrender to the sacred rhythm of creation. This surrender is not weakness, it's the ultimate power. It says, I trust divine timing more than I fear societal timelines. Your spirit baby exists in this same realm of divine timing. They are not bound by human constructs of age or statistics. They're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect alignment, the perfect readiness. But what does this trust actually look like in your daily life? It's what happens when you stop obsessively tracking every symptom, every cycle, every possible sign. You still pay attention to your body, but from a place of love and curiosity rather than desperate monitoring. When someone asks you, are you pregnant yet? With that expectant look in their eyes, you smile gently and say, I'm trusting divine timing, without feeling the need to explain or defend. You begin to see signs and synchronicities everywhere. The butterfly that lands on your shoulder during a difficult day, the unexpected baby name that keeps appearing in your life, the dreams that feel more real than waking. You don't dismiss these as coincidence because you understand that your spirit baby is already communicating with you, already preparing you, already weaving themselves into your reality. This trust shows up when you find yourself making space for a baby in ways that feel natural and joyful rather than desperate or superstitious. You buy that beautiful piece of clothing in a smaller size, not because you're trying to manifest anything, but because your soul knows it's preparing for transformation. You find yourself drawn to children's books or walking past the baby section with a smile instead of pain. You develop what can only be called divine patience, not the gritted teeth kind of patience that feels like endurance, but the soft, open kind that feels like faith. You understand that your baby's soul might be working out details you cannot see, healing ancestral patterns, choosing the perfect astrological timing, or simply waiting for you to become the exact version of yourself they need. When disappointment comes, and it might, you feel it fully, but you don't let it shake your fundamental trust. You know that not yet doesn't mean never. You understand that delays often serve purposes we can't see in the moment. You have learned to distinguish between your ego's timeline and your soul's timeline, and you choose to honor the soul. Your faith in divine timing isn't naive. It's built from experience, from healing, from choosing peace over control. You have faced disappointment, yet still choose to believe in miracles. This radiant trust shines like a beacon across dimensions. Your spirit baby may not always make their presence known immediately, but they feel your surrender. They sense your alignment. And in that space of trust, they begin to move closer, knowing they will be received not with anxiety, but with joy, not with fear, but with faith. This divine timing, this sacred trust, it allows something beautiful to emerge within you, something that has been there all along, but maybe got buried under expectations and shoulds. Something so authentic, so purely you that it becomes impossible to ignore. And that something is quality number 5, your authentic expression of maternal love. There is magic that happens when you stop performing motherhood and start embodying it. It's not about having children already or doing everything right. It's about the authentic expression of your maternal essence, raw, real, unfiltered. Whether you're nurturing your plants, caring for others, creating beauty in your world, or simply holding space for life to unfold, your divine feminine, in her truest maternal expression, sends out a frequency that can't be faked. It's pure, it's powerful, and your spirit baby feels it across all realms of existence. This authentic maternal energy shows up in ways that might surprise you. It's the way you instinctively slow down when you pass a crying child in the grocery store, sending them silent love and comfort. It's how you find yourself talking to animals with the same gentle tone you would use with a baby. It's the way you carefully tend to anything that's growing, whether it's a garden, a friendship, or a creative project. You've stopped trying to prove you'll be a good mother and start simply being the maternal force you already are. You comfort friends without trying to fix their problems. You create safe spaces wherever you go. You notice when someone needs extra gentleness and you provide it naturally, without fanfare or expectation of recognition. This isn't about being perfect or self-sacrificing. It's about honoring the fierce, protective, nurturing energy that flows through you. You defend what matters. You speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. You create boundaries that protect your energy so you can show up fully for what truly needs your attention. Your maternal essence expresses itself in your creativity too. Maybe you find yourself drawn to making things with your hands, preparing nourishing meals, decorating spaces to feel more welcoming. You're literally practicing the art of creating life-giving environments. Your spirit baby feels this preparation, this natural maternal flow, and recognizes home. You have learned to mother yourself with the same tenderness you will offer your child. When you're tired, you rest without guilt. When you're sad, you comfort yourself with gentle words instead of harsh criticism. When you make mistakes, you forgive yourself with the same compassion you would show your child. This self-mothering is not selfish. It's essential practice for the role you're preparing to embrace. This authentic energy awakens something in the spiritual realm, a sacred recognition of home. Your spirit baby has been waiting not just for any mother, but for their mother. They recognize your unique frequency, your particular way of loving, your specific gifts. They sense the lullabies you'll sing, the way you'll hold them when they're scared, the fierce love that will guide them through life's challenges. When you stop trying to be the perfect mother and start being your authentic self, you become undeniable. Your maternal essence gives permission, not through words, but through frequency, for your spirit baby to trust that they will be loved exactly as they are. This authenticity is alchemical. It transforms your entire energy field into a welcoming space for a new life. Your spirit baby doesn't become less likely to choose you as you age. They become more certain that you're exactly who they have been waiting for. Now, I want to pause here for a moment because if you're recognizing yourself in these qualities, if you're feeling something awakening within you as you listen, there's something important I want you to know. Each woman's fertility journey is unique, and while these 6 qualities are universal magnets for spirit babies, you also have your own unique fertility power, your own energy signature that calls your baby in a way that's completely yours. And that's why I created the Fertility Power Quiz. It takes just a couple of minutes to discover whether you're a fighter who's resilient but stuck in struggle mode, a strategist who's hyper-focused on control, a healer awakening to the mind-body connection, a queen learning to surrender, a goddess who is magnetically aligned, or a creator living in complete wholeness. Understanding your fertility power type will help you know exactly how to embody these 6 qualities in your own unique way. And this brings us to perhaps the most beautiful truth of all, the one that transforms everything you have been told about age and fertility, the one that reveals why your spirit baby has been waiting for this exact moment in your life. And that is the 6th quality of your ripened readiness. Finally, understand this. Your spirit baby is not deterred by your age. They're attracted to your wisdom, your ripeness, like fruit that becomes sweeter with time. You have reached a perfect stage of readiness that younger versions of yourself simply could not offer. You know who you are, you know what matters, you've released the need to prove yourself to others, you've learned to trust your instincts, you've developed patience that only comes with experience. You've cultivated wisdom that only comes with living. This isn't about being too late. This is about being perfectly timed. Your spirit baby has been waiting for you to become exactly who you are right now. They don't want the younger, less experienced version of you. They want the you who has been seasoned by life, deepened by experience, and ripened by love. Think about it. In your 20s, you were probably focused on career, finding yourself, maybe finding the right partner. You were learning who you were, what you wanted, how to navigate the world. In your 30s, you might have been building stability, healing old wounds, perhaps experiencing heartbreak or triumph in relationships. Every year, every experience, every lesson has been preparing you for this role. Now, you're not trying to figure out your identity while raising a child. You know who you are. You're not learning how to set boundaries while managing sleepless nights. You already mastered the art of protecting your energy. You're not wondering if you're with the right partner or in the right place in life. You have created the foundation. You have done the work. Your readiness shows up in practical ways too. You have the financial stability that comes with years of working and building. You have the emotional intelligence that comes from navigating relationships and challenges. You have the life skills that younger mothers often have to learn while already caring for a baby. You can change a diaper and negotiate a business deal in the same day because you have learned to wear multiple hats with grace. You have learned the art of prioritizing. You know what deserves your energy and what doesn't. You have released the need to please everyone, to be everywhere, to say yes to everything. This means you'll be able to be present with your child in ways that might have been harder when you were younger and more scattered. Your spirit baby recognizes this ripeness, this perfect timing. They see a woman who won't be distracted by the need to find herself because she already knows who she is. They see someone who won't resent them for interrupting her life plans because she's already lived fully and is ready to share that fullness with them. You have experienced enough life to appreciate the miracle of new life. You have had enough time alone to treasure the gift of constant companionship. You have built enough of yourself to be ready to share yourself completely. This isn't compromise. This is completion. Your readiness is not measured in biological markers. It's measured in soul capacity. And at this stage of your life, your capacity for love, wisdom, patience, and presence is at its peak. Here's the truth about divine timing. Your spirit baby isn't waiting for you to be younger, more fertile, or more perfect. They're drawn to your essence, the truth of who you are beneath all the fears and societal expectations. Feel this truth resonating in every cell of your body now. Let it wash over you like warm light, dissolving any remaining doubt. These 6 soul level attractions aren't strategies to perform or tactics to deploy. They're reflections of who you already are, beneath the layers of worry, beyond the statistics, beneath the noise of others' opinions. As you have listened to these words, something has been activating within you. Old patterns of doubt have been dissolving. Ancient wisdom has been awakening. So if you have ever wondered, can my spirit baby find me at this age? Feel the answer rising from your soul now. They have been looking for you your entire life. They feel everything, your readiness, your wisdom, your capacity for love. They feel the home they have been searching for. But only when you allow yourself to become her, unfiltered, untamed, unapologetically ready for the miracle of them. So take a deep breath now and feel yourself fully embodying this woman. Feel your radiance expanding. Feel your magnetic field strengthening. Feel your spirit baby's recognition of you growing stronger with each breath. To every woman over 40 on this journey, you don't need to chase conception. You don't need to prove your worthiness. You only need to remember who you are and embody that fully. And as you have listened to these words, that remembering has already begun. When you embody these qualities fully, your spirit baby will feel the shift across all dimensions, and their soul will align with yours in ways that transcend every limitation the world has tried to place on your dreams. Trust your timing. Trust your readiness. Trust that the soul meant for you recognizes no expiration date on love. Your spirit baby is coming, not despite your age, but because of your age. As this transmission completes, feel yourself anchored in this new knowing. Feel these qualities integrating into your being. Feel your energy field transformed into a beacon of readiness that calls across all realms. Now, if you're ready to take the next step in this journey, if you want to discover your unique fertility power and receive personalized guidance for calling in your spirit baby, I invite you to take the Fertility Power Quiz. It just takes a couple of minutes and you'll receive your personalized results along with a free meditation designed specifically for your fertility power type. Whether you're a fighter, strategist, healer, queen, goddess, or creator, you'll discover exactly how to use your unique gifts to embody these 6 magnetic qualities we have explored today. Your spirit baby is already responding to the shift that has happened within you during this transmission. Now let's help you understand exactly how to continue building that magnetic connection in a way that honors your unique path. Stay radiant, stay grounded, and stay ready. Your miracle is already on its way.